All right.
Say hey.
Good morning, everybody. Grand Rising. Welcome to Woo, day 672. As you continue to enter the space, today you probably will need a journal, and I'm going to say some water too. And you're going to want to have enough room to stretch your arms out.
Zoom is the end.
Let's go. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. What's happening? What's good? Peace, bro. What's going on, Adam?
What's going on, Quazzy? How you doing this morning, brother?
Doing good, bro. You in the gym today?
You know what? Getting my leg workout.
Get that work in. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta take care of your body that's been taking care of you for all these years.
Say that. Say that. Mm-hmm. And you said you put in that leg work too. I know you got put in that leg work, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it enhances your mobility.
Mm-hmm. It does. It do help. It help a lot. Yeah, we could get into that for sure. Get grounded in that way. Good energy flow to get your heels down on the ground. I love that. It's a good way to start the day.
Exactly. And it also strengthens your bones.
Mm-hmm. 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 You hip for real. Mm-hmm.
All right. Who else is up in here?
Good morning, y'all. Good morning. I see Helen up in here. Cheryl, what's going on, Cheryl? How you feeling today? You know what I'm saying? When y'all coming in today, what we're gonna need? Oh, excelente, perfecto. I love that. That's giving me good energy, just knowing you're good, Cheryl. For real. Yo, for everybody that's coming into space, I would say you're gonna need maybe a journal just to write a few things down. That's always good. You can always use your laptop as well if you're on that device. Some water, because sometimes we be forgetting to drink water in the morning, and that's a great way to start the morning. So I'm gonna suggest get some water while we get started. And also, give yourself enough room. You could do a good morning stretch. All right, we want to do a little grand rising stretch in our seats today. So make sure you have enough space to do that. In fact, if you haven't yet, while we're getting warmed up, you can just give yourself a little wiggle, shake, stretch, and get into your space. What's up to everybody on Facebook, everybody and that's coming into the Zoom. My name is Quazzy. This is day 627 of Woo, and we're gonna get started pretty soon.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke, it's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together.
Awesome. I'm telling y'all, I never get tired of that song. The beat dropped so cool. I'm with that every time. Good morning, everybody. I'm Quazzy. As I said before, you're tuning in to Wake Up Everybody. We're 600 plus days in to Wake Up Everybody. And I'm just glad to be waking up with y'all today on this beautiful Monday, July 11th. A few things we're going to do today. We're going to set some intentions. If you were here last week, we did affirmations and the group got to share them. And I mean, I'm still just flying high off of the affirmations that have been shared. So as we get things started, if you want to welcome in an affirmation into the space, please put it in the chat. If there's anything on your heart that's just making you feel good, you don't got to keep it in. This is a safe place to share your good energy. You know what I mean? Like, I know sometimes we could be outside and we having a good day and we might not want people to know because you don't know how they're going to react, or they might try to bring you down in certain spaces. There's none of that here. Y'all already know. So if you're feeling good, or if there's something going on really well, or if there's some affirmation you want to share to get things going, you can throw it in the chat right now. It might just affect somebody else in the chat who needed to hear that. You know what I mean? So I'm already seeing Marilyn saying, I am powerful. And I appreciate you sharing that this morning. Give it one more moment, just everybody get settled. Again, you're gonna just want something to jot down some notes, maybe a glass of water if you know, make sure you stay hydrated in general. And then also some room for a good morning stretch. Okay, because we're gonna do just a few things in our chair to let us get settled into this space. Yes, Candice, my life get better daily. Factual. It's gonna get better and better today because we are here together. Let's get started with this little bit of a stretch. So I'm gonna suggest taking the hands together for a moment, rub them together, just to get the sense of the touch. Right, this is your touch to you. Okay, so you're in control of this touch. Somebody said God and I are the majority. Catherine, let's get it. Okay, now take a big breath in and take a big sigh out. Sometimes it's hard to let a release go with that breath. Let your hands go still. See if you can get comfortable with a little bit of stillness. The body is still, but the mind is still alert on this morning. This is a great day. We have a lot of power in our hands. Let's take one more breath together. A big full breath in. And a big release of breath out. Okay, we're gonna have the palms face up. So almost like you're open for an offering. And just lay them in your lap with the palms face up in this way. What this does is, this gives us a little lift in our chest when we have the palms face up, because it turns the shoulder blades down. When you do this also, energetically, in terms of body language, this can be a sense of openness. You can be both receiving something and giving something when the palms are open. So just a moment to relax the forehead, relax the shoulders. Maybe embrace this idea that you are capable and willing and deserving to receive whatever it is that you feel like you need to receive in your life. There's no apologies or no shame around the desire to receive that. As you breathe in and out, you might even say to yourself, I'm open to receive and give the blessings that have been bestowed upon me. I am able to receive and give the blessings that have been bestowed upon me. Ashe. Now, if you need to take a second or two longer in that space, you're more than welcome to it. In terms of us moving forward, we're gonna take the hands and we're gonna rub them up again. I like to rub the hands because it reminds us there's a lot of friction that's needed to create change. So hopefully some of us are feeling some warmth or some sensation in the fingertips this morning. Give yourself one more big breath in, grounding us into this space. And then when you exhale, your hands can go still once again. Okay, this time we're gonna have the palms face down. Palms are face down in your lap, facing the thighs. And what this can do is it can remind us to stay grounded. It allows us to breathe in the lower part of our lungs. And I'm gonna suggest this morning that while your hands are on your thighs, just take a moment to rub the thighs. Rub from your thighs down to your knees and let some of that blood flow, some of that warmth get down to your legs. It's a cold world. We're all very busy. Sometimes we don't get physical touch throughout our day. So just take a moment to feel your hands rubbing the thighs, rubbing the knees. Remind yourself to be body aware in these spaces, to not lose a sense of your human body, even as we do virtuals, even as we do administrative work and the things that we do. Give yourself some touch. I'm going to even offer you do a little bit for the shoulders and elbows. Okay, you deserving of touch. You're deserving of sensation in that way. And this can be a good, healthy way to connect physically with self. Okay, once you've done a little bit of rubbing of the arms and the legs, again, palms will face down. This can communicate to the body a sense of groundedness because the hands are helping weigh your thighs, weigh your feet to the floor. Again, noticing your breath. You might say to yourself today, I am safer and more secure than ever before. I am safer and more secure than ever before. And really believe in that too. Really reminding yourself that you've pulled yourself up from great challenges. And in this moment, physically, it's okay to be here and in today's self. Last one, y'all. Take the hands, rub them together. It's almost not fair to be building up this much heat in the hands in the middle of the summer. But if you hot, you hot, you know? You can't stop the flame. Okay, we're gonna give it one more big breath in. Let the hands go still when you breathe out. And this time you can either interlace your fingers or you can kind of hold one hand in the other and just allow your hands to rest somewhere on your lap. Everywhere you go, there you're gonna be. So you may say to yourself, I got me. Not that you have to get yourself alone now, we all got you. But you definitely got you too. Okay, let's take a big breath in. Full inhale for this new day. Big sigh out to let go of what's no longer needed. You can have the hands however you like. We're gonna take a gentle neck roll. Let it linger from one ear to the next. If you want to go in a full circle with your neck, if that's okay, great. If not, go a little bit of a half circle front to back. With this, we're releasing out any tension that we can in the shoulders and the neck. Anything that might have got stuck overnight, just letting that go. Next time your left ear is towards your left shoulder, leave it there for a moment. And then use your left hand. You can hold the right side of your head just to give it a little bit more stretch, kind of gently encouraging some more space to pull open. Feel free to lick your lips or clear your throat, take a dry swallow. This can also relax something in the neck. Once you finish the breath that you're on, simply slip the hand down and then roll your right ear to your right shoulder. Use the right hand, hold the side of the head and just gently pulling for length. Nothing that you're forcing in terms of jamming. Just kind of rolling the neck a little back, rolling the shoulders back. Just letting there be a little heavy weight for more space along the neck. Feeling the soft texture of your breath and the willingness to let it go. Slowly release the hand down, head on straight. Okay, last little bit of a good morning stretch. So bring the arms out like a cactus. We're gonna try a few things. Notice when your elbows are a little bit below your shoulders. Notice when your elbows are a little bit above your shoulders. Notice when your elbows are in the same line as your shoulders. This is where we're gonna go from. You can stretch your arms out and back in. 3 times. Out and back in. Thinking of your breath, taking an inhale, bringing it back, exhale. Okay, same thing. This time we're going vertical. Arms come up, back to shoulder height. Breathing them up, shoulder height. Last one, big stretch up. This time, just stretch it up as full as you can. Good morning stretch. Yeah. Bring the hands down to the side. Little shimmy shoulder shake. Anything else you might need? We're gonna get into just some ideas for the remaining of our time together. So was really excited when I was thinking about this idea about planting a seed, because in my yoga community, in the also somewhat in the kind of the Buddhist community, there's this kind of overlap that we have. The tantric community, there's this overlap. There's this kind of consistent theme that people say, and that is life is inherently meaningless. Now, I'm just curious, has anybody ever heard this phrase before? Someone say life is inherently meaningless. I don't know if you're familiar with that phrase. Yeah, right? I've also heard it in some leadership groups. They'll start us off with life is empty and meaningless. Yep, Marilyn, you haven't heard it yet. And oftentimes, I want to say almost every time I've heard an instructor or what have you share this phrase, life is empty and meaningless, it creates a huge uproar in the whole entire room. Because all of a sudden you got folks saying, what do you mean life is meaningless? Like, what's going on with that? You know, we're out here trying to make meaning to our life every single day. And for someone to say life is inherently meaningless can be very shocking. Now, to cut to the chase, they always end it by letting you know that life, what they're trying to say is that there's no objective way to look at life. Like, for example, sometimes we use this, like we ask the class, like, what is this? And a lot of people, you know, they'll say it's a pencil. But to a dog, it's not a pencil. To a dog, it might be a chew toy. You know, what's true for one thing, for one person is different for the other. So that's kind of where, exactly, like Jacqueline, you said it best, we create meaning. That's the big picture. Personally, what I find is that when we use it,
That's just noise. Someone told me. I'll take it.
Gotcha. So I find when we use this kind of language, life is empty and meaningless, you may have well intentions behind it, but it can be such a trigger and it can be such a turnoff for people, because what I hear is there's hopelessness with the phrasing of that, even if that's not the intention. So my intention today is to maybe relook at that and see that life has so much meaning to it. I would even say that life has more meaning than we could ever count or imagine. Life is full of different kinds of meanings. More meanings will happen today in our life than our brain will be able to consciously bring to the surface. There will be things that happen subconsciously that have meaning. There's a lot of different meaning that happens inadvertently. Some information that we'll find today, we'll be looking for it, maybe logging on to Woo or reading an article, all ways of information that you're trying to take in. But then there's information that just shows up on our doorstep. Things happen in the world, events happen in the world that we have to also deal with. And these things also have meaning in our lives. So when we're looking at meaning, when we're looking at our lives, it's important to remind ourselves that everything is energy. And because everything is energy, it informs how we move about our day. When you look at something like your cells, like the cells in your body, each cell has a certain information, a certain blueprint that's attached to it. And that blueprint allows your cells to activate in the way that they're supposed to, right? So you have a blueprint that tells this cell to digest food. You have this cell that allows the happiness chemicals, dopamine, serotonin, et cetera, to react to your brain. There's all these different cells that are picking up information to let our body work in an optimal way. There's some science that's been coming out, and it's in this book, The Wisdom of Cells, by Dr. Bruce Lipton, that speaks about our cells respond to a few different signals. And based on the quality of these signals can affect whether we live or die, or whether our cells are optimally working. Now, there's 3 signals that affect your ability to have your cells respond. One of them is trauma. This can be a physical trauma. If you're injured in some way, you're in your spine or somewhere very vital, the cells may not be able to communicate the right message, and this can cause disease. Toxins, such as our diet, can create blockages in our system that don't allow the message to be received in our body. But what I find interesting and what the focus of us talking today is the mind, our actual thinking can have an influence on whether or not our cells are working in an optimal way. So when you have people who and this can be an emotional trauma, this can be a limiting belief, this can be a number of things. But when our mind is not right, so to speak, it can also affect our ability for our cells to communicate a point. So taking all this in, I would love if, see, it's got a Facebook share from Amina. It means or interpret it as a law of mentalism because I give everything I see meaning. It's a canvas that I get to paint in with thought manifestation. Yet all things are temporary. Exactly. And thank you for Jackie for writing the 3 signals: trauma, toxins, and thoughts. Taking all this into consideration, I'm going to invite us to sit down and take a moment to meditate. This meditation is going to take a couple of minutes. But for this meditation, allow yourself to kind of find some place you can lay back, like in a seat. Find some place where there's not a lot of tension in your legs. So if there's something kind of blocking your feet, maybe move them out of the way or sit in a more comfortable position. And then close the eyes. Just for a moment, you're in dialogue with yourself. This dialogue is beyond verbal language. So there's only so much that we could articulate to someone else about this conversation. This moment is a chance for a flow of energy to move while you're watching it. You may look at the breath. That may be how you channel your focus. You may look at the flow of your thoughts. That may be how you channel your focus. You may focus on how empty the space can be and how comfortable you can be in the emptiness. You may find that when it gets empty or quiet, it's actually not very quiet at all. There's another inner voice that's able to shine through. We talked about spiritual gifts a few weeks back on Woo and how there's a need to strengthen them so that they're still loud and clear. I'm inviting you to believe that you have these spiritual gifts and that you were born with them, and that there's a small voice, no matter how heard or ignored that it has been, is still here with you in the space. As you sit with yourself, there may be some level of understanding about why you are the way you are. Try to look at this without judgment. Try to see yourself without judgment. Instead, allow yourself to be from this place of trying to understand. Without judgment, take a moment to just visualize the city that you live in. And notice how you feel about your neighbors, whether you know them or not. Notice that. Notice the ambience, the ambient noise of your city. Can you hear sound out of the window, or is it quiet? Notice what there is to notice. Think about the house or the apartment or the condo or just the structure that you're in right now. Maybe it's a gym, maybe it's your home. Just notice that space. And how you feel about the environment that your body is physically in now. And now getting very close to the source, notice what other influential voices live in your mind. What kind of conversations you've had in the past that are living, maybe rent-free in your mind. Maybe there's advice that mama gave you years ago that somehow floats around in your mind. Maybe the laughter of a friend, a childhood friend. You remember a time you had that sometimes just wanders in your mind. Just kind of noticing what lives in you and around you. All these things being processed below the surface. Now gently shifting your attention in your mind to July 11th, 2022. Maybe slightly forecast, what is this day giving you already that you expect to see grow and develop throughout the day? Maybe today is your day off from work if you work the weekends. Maybe this is something you're doing right before heading to work. Maybe you're at work right now. This moment, there's no need to change the energy around how you feel. But it is important to notice why it is so. Closing off this meditation, you can allow yourself to say these words. And you might even choose to say them out loud in your space to hear your voice really resonate that vibration, this pushing of air out, the assigning the meaning to the words landing based on your lived experience. I'm inviting you to say these things. I love myself. I thank myself. I forgive myself. I love myself. I thank myself. And I forgive myself. I am changing my environment from within. 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 Okay, gently rub the palms together. Blink the eyes a few times, welcome yourself back into the space. Feel free to give yourself one more good morning stretch if it fits. And it is 7:30. I don't want to hold you up too long, but if there was one person, maybe one person who wanted to come off of mute and either share something they're inviting into the day, or there's something that they've thought about before that they're going to think about differently, and because of the awareness that thought is important, anything in that nature. And even if it's not literally that, if anybody wants to come off mute and just share either their experience or something that they're intending for the day to plant that's going to grow later, it'd be appreciated.
All righty. Oh, we have Catherine saying something in the chat. She said, peace. I'm not sure if she's going to share something else, but anyone who wishes to share, please raise your digital hand, or you can unmute yourself. There you go. So Teresa wants to share. Anyone else too? Go ahead, Teresa.
I'm just surprised I didn't have anything on my brain cells when you was doing it. My brain was just as blank as it wanted to be, which is amazing. So I believe I've grown to a different place because I wasn't thinking about a whole bunch of stuff. I was just listening to your voice and just taking in what you were saying and just having a lot of gratitude. That's it. And I'm grateful. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Appreciate that. I love that. Thank you.
Ashe.
Let's take Laura too.
All right, awesome. Laura, you ready?
Yes, greetings, everyone. Thank you this morning. Thank you so much. I woke up with the message, yoga and meditation. I'm not feeling well. And that was a clear message I got this morning when I woke up. And listening to you and doing this meditation, what came to me is that I'm striving to leave New York. But then I realized it's like I'm running from me. I have to clear the junk from inside. Because anywhere I go, I'm going to take it with me. So it's cleaning the inside. With that, I'm complete. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
I share.
Alrighty. I'm gonna see if there's anything in the chat. Gratitude is in the air is what Catherine said. Yes, Ashe. And Jacqueline, I'm inviting in peace and calm into my day. I intend to move my work forward with calm and intention. Great. And Catherine says, Laura, that you are in divine health, that you're surrounded by love. I love when the woo folks take care of one another. That's really powerful. Oh, goodness. All right. So, brother, anything else you want to say before we make our transition? Oh, we have some stuff from Facebook. So I'm going to read it because I don't want to take up time trying to cut and paste when it's right here before me. So Kamal from Facebook says,
Wow, what's up, bro? Sorry.
Yes, I'm inviting the divine authority through the presence of love and gratitude to guide my every now, and yes, now in capitals, moment through my day. Powerful. Now, as I read the next, I'll cut and paste. Omena says, yes, very present to the guidance and being fully immersed in the meditation prompts. I am clear and holistic channel. Kaisha says, I just logged on, but I am inviting clarity. I started a fast today with Ash, and Ash is one of the facilitators and also leaders in Spirit of a Woman. And she also leads a program that trains and develops people around yoga so they can facilitate. So Ash, she started a fast with Ash and did a 10-minute meditation before she had her first cup of lemon water this morning. All righty. So there you go.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm. And anything else here in the chat? Nick, let me see what's happening.
Oh, they're saying that it's gonna be a great day. Basically.
Yes. It is. We're all claiming it. All right. So let me put up the closing slides and see where that takes us. And thank you, family. Keep dropping things in the chat. It ain't over till it's over, and we always want to hear what you have to say about these experiences. And it don't take all day to be great or to experience greatness. Enjoy gratitude.
Who said that? I like that.
Yes. So here's Nick's contact information. So please be in touch so that you can experience his awesomeness. Nick, anything you want to say about the contact?
Yeah,
stuff?
please contact me. If you were here last week, I mentioned we're doing an affirmation challenge. I put it on Facebook now. The information's on Facebook. It's follow us on Running River Collective. We're posting a lot of affirmations. We want to see as many as we can this month. Share yours. And that's that on that. You can find us at these places.
All right, and I'll drop it in a second. Me and Nick are,
Yeah.
we're not riding solo, but it's just a duo today, which makes things a little bit.
I was geeked. I got the legend in the building, Shawnee in the building. Can't.
Yes.
Confidence can only go so. It's gonna go only so high anyway. So we got the
That's
love,
right.
we got
That's
the
right.
we got the love offerings and donations. Woo has been something that's been touching like countless lives. Like I said, it's the 600th day. One way that you can support is through a monthly automated love offering. This allows us to keep everything running at an optimal level. I don't see any signs of us slowing down anytime soon. I know y'all probably feel the same. So if you can consider, doing a monthly automated love offering, this is one way to support, to not have to think about it every day, and just know that you are helping this community stand on its feet. So if you have it in any way, please share it and share with your loved ones.
Awesome. Thank you, bro. All righty. Who's up next?
Up next, we got a good lineup this week. We always do. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we have our 90-minute session, Crystal Clear Part 3, Crystals as a Tool of Transformation. They've been breaking down this energy work. I've seen Brandon a number of combinations. I've seen Cheryl a number of combinations with a number of awesome other facilitators. So I'm excited to see these two people cook something up for this Part 3. And then the next day, Wednesday, Quaz's birthday, July 13th. I'll be turning 29, feeling fine. The importance of ensuring your income, Valencia Noel. She's going to be talking about income, making sure your financial literacy is where it needs to be. I was somebody super intimidated around the finances. So to be able to have Valencia come in and just kind of share her insight is going to be very powerful. So make sure you, and also your nephew who don't got it together, and all these other people, make sure they tap in that day to make sure they know about how to make sure to get their money right.
Sure. All righty. So the Woo Nation welcomes all new members. So if you are new to this space, coming for the first time, or if you came another time and weren't acknowledged in this way, we acknowledge you today and welcome you into the space and encourage you to keep coming. This community is committed to continuing to learn, elevate, and ascend. And you can do that with us. And it won't be the same if you're not present, because you provide a very unique energy as a member of life and a participant in living. And anytime you come, the configuration shifts and the energy can be elevated because you bring your light and your love and all of your lived experience and history. So thank you for being here. Come on back. And we have a schedule for the sessions for those of you who are not familiar, once again, that you're new. We meet 5 days a week from Sunday through Thursday. We have 90-minute sessions that are Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. And then we have, like today, 30-minute sessions that are Monday and Wednesday. So please keep that in mind. And once again, we have an automated setup, and I'll share more about that in a few. But you can definitely get reminders. And if you type in on your cell via text, the number 74121. Once you type that in, you can send a message with capitals, Woo Nation, and then you'll automatically be added to the automated texting every morning that we do Woo. Sorry for the background noise. I have an active construction crew in my front yard. All righty. So Woo swag. Woo. We definitely continue to sell swag so you can be walking these streets carrying the things that remind you to wake up and expand yourself. So we have masks because we're not safe from COVID yet fully. I know friends that have contracted it. Some of our team members who are admin, that's why part of the reason why I'm late. I'm by myself today is because people are recovering. So let's be careful. We have journals so you can write down your thoughts and write down the Woo learnings. We have bags to hold your mask, your journal. We have laptop sleeves. We have t-shirts, sweatshirts. You can wear a sweatshirt on the plane when you take your trips when it gets cold, or the hotels you'll be staying in. And teacups, coffee cups, and water bottles. We need to hydrate. I just love that we heard from Kaisha that she's fasting and drinking fluids and stuff, so she can use a water bottle to do that. So purchase for yourself or for someone else. They're great gifts. And we want to thank you for your participation this morning and co-creating the space with Brother Quaz and myself and the rest of the WU community. All of the information here gives you access to registering to get weekly updates about who's up to facilitate. And then also we have Facebook private page and public page that you can tune into, and then Instagram, YouTube, and you can always email us for information, for suggestions, for feedback, and we are greatly appreciative of all of that. So now I'm going to quiet myself. We still have people coming into space. I love it. And I'm going to ask that you give Quazzy a love shower in the fashion that only the WU community can give, just to acknowledge and thank him for his contribution. So come on, family, let's do it. Unmute yourselves and pour it in.
Happy birthday, Quazzy.
Let's make it rain for
Thank
us.
you, Quazzy.
And
Happy
happy
birthday.
birthday.
Thank you.
Happy
For this wonderful
birthday
day.
Wonderful
Let's,
birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday.
Happy
Happy
Cancer brother.
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
claim our
Happy
Happy birthday, brother.
Have a wonderful
Thank
day.
you.
Everybody have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
day.
Happy
Thank you for an awesome
birthday
day. Thank
to
you. And
Sunday.
have your
y'all.
garden
birthday,
in the back. I love your garden.
Family.
I love that flower back there, that flower scene back there. Loving it.
Hey.
Love it, love it, love it, love it,
Thanks,
love it.
T.
Thank you, Sonny. Thank you, everyone. Love y'all. Peace and blessing, family.
Peace, family.
Awesome.
you.